All right, this is Selling Houston P.O.V. I'm Bernard.
This is Ebony Royal.
We have a special guest again.
Chris with 126 Photography.
All right.
Filling in for Aisha.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
It's
Welcome
been
back.
fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
So what were you saying? Something about a rental property? And...
So I saw this video on Instagram. The guy is, I guess he has these rental properties. So he had a tenant that hadn't paid in like 2 or 3 years or so, somewhere around that time frame. And so he evicts her, right? But as he evicts her, he buys her a hotel or like a room for like 2 weeks. Then he changed it to 3 weeks and gives her like $400 cash.
Okay.
And it was like...
Because his property is worth more than that.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. So it was like, man, people don't do that nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, So, but he was just saying how he was fortunate enough to where God put him in a position to help that.
I was going to say, because he didn't have, whether his property is worth money or not, he didn't have to.
She probably really didn't have a place to go.
Yeah.
Right, no,
but his property was worth more than just sitting, waiting on her to...
It looked like some apartments. And so I was like, man.
That's amazing.
That's
awesome.
Here's the thing. Thank goodness there are still good people in the world, because every time you turn around, it's...
Yeah, that's why I was asking you if
y'all
y'all had any, and it was like...
But sometimes tenants don't, or the people in that position don't communicate. No one knows. No one can tell what's going on in your life until you say so.
Yeah.
So, she was probably a little bit more upfront with him, which allowed him to be...
But he was even like, oh man, she did me bad. She did me dirty. Like...
because it was 2 years, you said?
I think 2 to 3. It might be 2 years, 4 years. But he was saying how she was using. I think, was there like some type of for COVID? Was there some type of relief fund for COVID or something?
I know different counties did like a rental help support.
I'm not sure if this was in Texas or anywhere, but it was just like, wow, that was. Even though he got done bad, like he still was like, I'm gonna look out for you. And he asked her, hey, how many weeks you need? And then, 2, then he told the guy to make it 3. It was like, whoa. Then he put $400 cash in her pocket. Like, he said, then he told her, relax. This first weekend, I want you to relax, get yourself together. And then we'll all figure it out. It's like,
yeah.
Just still being a human being about it.
Right. Well, it's just a lot of people that don't think like that and don't operate like that anymore. And, you just, people fall on hard times.
Yeah, and he said that. He was
sometimes.
like,
sometimes they just lazy. Sometimes, it's other factors. But the reality is people fall on hard times. Mm-hmm. And again, I am someone who had to relocate to a whole nother state and lost everything and had to start over. So I know what that's like. And, but I absolutely got a job soon as I got here,
right.
Try
not to waste not too much time.
Yeah. No.
I was like, man, that was.
But I was in the long lines at the FEMA, FEMA lines and trying to get money and all of that. I was there.
I had a client that they was from Louisiana. I can't remember which part, but she the daughter, the family had to move from after it was like one of the storms, and they had to move here and they had to move to Katy, and so the daughter was graduating from Katy High School, but then so they asked me to come back and film the graduation. Shoot the graduation dinner, but just hearing the family tell the stories about how. They all looked out for each other, and the mom called one of the cousins here, like, "Hey, this school is a good school to put her in." So, knowing that feeling of like, I know we was affected by Hurricane Allison. My family, we had 61 inches in our house, so we had to gut everything, and that was different. Like, and it's funny, we was living off Derry Ashford. My mom would drive me from, and you know where North Shore is, right? Mm-hmm. So we lived on the east side. So from the east side to Derry Ashford, I-10 and Derry Ashford, right? We'd get up in the morning. She'll bring me all the way to North Shore. Mm-hmm. Go back towards 610 and 610 and I-10 is a big, tall green building where she did healthcare services there. And then after school over, drive all the way back to the east side, come get me. Then drive all the way back to Katy. I mean, not towards Katy, Dairy Ashford. It was like, damn, that was
a lot.
That was a lot. Yeah.
The things we do for our children.
I think about it, I was like, wow. I was like, I don't know I could be that parent. Like, you just gonna go to the school right around the corner. Right. But that's what my mom did. I was like, it didn't matter of fact, because sometimes after school we would have to go work on the house, and like whether we had to clean up some residue or something, because getting help from those storms, it takes time.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. We all have our stories, right? We all have our stories.
So what about you, Bernard?
Stories?
Yeah.
I don't have any stories.
You don't have stories? Okay.
No hardship stories.
Well, maybe no hardship stories, but you have stories. You have stories. Oh, yeah, shit.
So how's the market doing for you guys? What are you?
So it's interesting, right? Mm-hmm. So I know, Ebony and I, we discussed, we want to talk about multiple streams of income due to the way the market is rolling this time around. Mm-hmm. However, there is some weirdness happening.
Oh my gosh,
it's just so
that thing we have. He and I have that thing. That's the right word. It's weird.
It's weird. It's hard to explain, and we'll do our best to explain.
Yeah, it's some. I call it wanky. It's some wanky stuff.
Okay, what do you think? What do y'all think?
Well, so we'll start with the market, right? What controls the market is the interest rates,
right?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, they were like up and up and up and up, and we thought what goes up gets stuck. Mm-hmm. But then they started going down, 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 and then they said, "Well, we'll go back up." But it's like this, right?
Like a roller coaster.
It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah. So we've had other guests on the show before that are very good in the economy, and have a good business sense. And then from my own readings and from my own research, this particular situation is the first ever. Like, they say that even in recessions, there's it's rare that there are two alike. Right. So they're all different. And this is no different. So this particular situation that they're in, I mean, not in our lifetime have we had a pandemic. Right. So we had a pandemic. We had, a lot going on in the housing industry, and they don't know how to fix it yet.
Yeah,
they're playing around with the numbers, and so
we always seen where numbers control. Because I worked oil and gas, it would be right around time where it was time to vote for presidency, to where
things go crazy.
Oil and gas would go kind of slow. Like, okay, let's see if it's going to be Republican or Democrat in House, right? Mm-hmm. So things will slow down. It's like, okay, we're going to wait and see, because whoever controls the market, then that's the way we need to go, right? So, but like I was saying before, I don't think anything is ever going to be like a stable. I think from now, in my opinion, I think it's going to be like this from now on.
I think you're right. Yeah. I think it's going to, think about it. We got crypto. Right. We have this metaverse thing. All the virtual reality stuff, so the money isn't different.
You know what's funny? I was on the metaverse, the Oculus, and I was like, there was a realtor.
I should say the money is different.
Yeah, the realtor. There was realtors on that marketing.
Oculus, so you can see it.
So you go in this room and it's like, oh wow, they really. Some was like talking. Some was
they are selling. They are selling.
It's weird. It was weird.
Properties.
Like, people really hopped on this, logged in to go virtually talk to somebody they don't know. You know what I'm saying? And just.
I'm about to hook my Oculus.
I was going to say, I wonder how it's working.
I wanted to bring you that. I have 2 pair. So
do you really?
But I want to get new ones.
But wait. Before we change the subject, right? So we were talking about the interest rates are fluctuating. Right? Mm-hmm. So the media is not selling that though. They're not telling the world or the economy.
I think the media is always going to have a
negative.
Not necessarily negative. I think they was going to have this is what we want to show you at this time. It's kind of like mommy and daddy, and we are the kids, and we'll tell you what we want to tell you, in my opinion.
But sucks though because it's not true.
People
it's not
feel
all the way
that
true.
way.
I think so.
I'm a little different.
Cause I kind of feel like, well, I'm like, okay.
I think social media is that way. I think AI is that way. I think artificial intelligence, you know, like if you just happen to click on something and search something, then from then on, that's all you're getting fed.
Cars are just in my...
I think media is so behind because think about it, it's production, right? Mm-hmm. They can't keep up with social media and the internet. They can't keep up. No, you can't. So everything that they're reporting, that's like, okay.
Yeah, but then it's also like stuff that we don't hear until we see it on the news. Like, okay, I have a neighbor, she works for 911. And there's a lot of things that they hear that we don't see on the news. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of feel like they show us what they want to show us. So if gun violence is up, let's show all nothing but gun violence because that's what people's attention is on right now. Versus like if people got on the news like, hey, look at this guy helping these strangers. You see what I'm saying? And then maybe we all should be helping strangers. Like now it's just like, oh, gun violence. You know what? I'm going to join that gun violence and go, you know what I'm saying?
That's unfortunate, though, because it's not the full truth, right? And some people don't know better.
So maybe that is it then. That they need to have some type of balance to, and they don't. So maybe they just need to have
all negative.
It is all negative.
You know, you see shot on I-45 and two, like what?
Yeah, it's all negative.
The interest rates are so high. No, they're not. They went down.
This is a terrible time. And it's a terrible time.
And sometimes it kind of either puts people in a worry state or panic and it's like, and I really do feel like people sit back and look. There are people that sit back and look on what we're going to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You know,
oil and gas is the same way. Like oil and gas, that's why I kind of like, you know what? Okay, I'm tired of this roller coaster. Let me just go build something for myself. And this way I know what it's going to do versus, you know.
No, you don't.
Well, I'm not going to say I know. But
a little bit more control.
I have a little bit more control. Because oil and gas, they'll be like, hey, go tell you get the list as a supervisor, like such and such, but you can't tell these guys again.
You have control of your finances and what you do,
and you can react faster than
you can react. And there's no cap.
There's no cap.
Right?
You can react fast because you can see
and you can react faster.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying about the media. That the media is like, they're a little lagged behind because
I think it's certain points.
I ain't seen nothing that said, hey, consumers, did you know the interest rates went down?
So there was, because Mama B always on it, okay?
Hey,
so
Mama B.
Yes, hey, Mama B. So Mama B did text me. She's like, oh, baby, you know they said on the news that the interest rates went down. So that was a local. That was a local news.
Though.
Yeah, but national.
Because, you know, there are actually some people that's not happy with a lot of people moving to Texas. There's a lot of I mean, you're okay with it, but there are some Texas residents that are not happy with, you know, outsiders moving to Texas.
You know, so I was a part of a mastermind group that we paid a lot of money to get into, and they're amazing. I'm not gonna lie, like they can predict. They are really, they have their pulse on the market.
Right.
However, everybody has their own thought about why people are moving to Texas. And for them, a lot of it was political.
Oh, see,
a lot of it was political.
Some people like,
I thought it was a cost of living.
It could be cost of living. It could be. But it turns back to political.
Yeah. So a lot of it was political. But when I just recently saw an article in Realtor magazine, they said that a lot of it there were different reasons, but most of it was more house for the money. You know, schools, education was huge. And then the cost of living.
And some of it was a good selling point. Like, hold up, if I sell my house here, I can get 500, 800.
I can drop cash.
I can drop cash here.
And some of it
was a nice house.
Yeah, some of it was just a base smart decision. But then you also have those people that's like, all these people are moving here. You're like, we're gonna. And then they get scared. They get nervous. Like, we're gonna be liberal, or we're gonna be this, and we're gonna be. It's like, it's like versus like. Hell, if you was in their shoes, you would have probably done it too, right? Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And let me say this.
Well, welcome to Texas. And
welcome to Texas.
You're here.
And for those of you who are still listening, I want to set the record straight, okay? Now is a good time to buy. Especially new construction. New construction right now is giving lots of cash.
Lots and lots
of cash. Okay, new construction, they are paying closing costs. They are buying down your interest rates. They are prepaying your mortgage insurance. They are doing so much to help you to get into a home right now. I love it. Whole lot of money.
So if you're from Texas, if you're not from Texas, y'all contact us.
Seriously, new construction right now, they built a lot, and now they have to sell it.
They have to sell it.
Right.
Questions. So, multiple streams of income.
Okay.
I want to make sure we tap on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why is that important? I know, Ebony and Aisha, we do this for fun, but we do, podcasts. It could be a very lucrative thing, right? Another source of income, and we hope to work towards that. We launched a real estate photography company.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Snap House.
Houss. And we have some other endeavors.
The correct spelling.
Yeah. We have some other endeavors that we're trying to do. So we're doing that, right? What why do you think that's important? And what, are you on the same pathway to like?
I think it's always been important. If you look at a lot of these people that's whether like corporate people, just because they CEO don't mean they don't have they hands in stock market or investment properties. It's always been there. I think now some of us are just finally seeing why it's important. You know what I mean? Or maybe finally seeing it, but now that we had the pandemic, this has opened our eyes to like, okay, I can go do this and then create this. Cause like, okay, yes, I do photography, but I also do influencing with photography to where, hey, we'll pay you to influence this. You know what I'm saying? Or if I create a tutorial on how to do something with photography, let's say I sell it for $50 or $30 and you're like, and 10 people buy it, that's an
extra stream of income.
That's an extra stream of income. That's money to go gas, movies, or, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you have to think like that because I was oil and gas for 10 plus years. The oil market did this, and guess what? Oh, shoot, what I do? You know what I mean? Yeah. And then, there was times I invested in the stock market, but I wasn't like no deep investor. That was like, oh, that's smart. Let me put my money here because that's what it's doing. But I wasn't like, no, let me invest over here. It was just more so like, okay, let me put my money here because that's what everybody else is doing too.
Yeah.
I think too, no, don't mean to target, but I think it's safe to say we're all African Americans here. Yeah. Right? I am. I know you are.
I am. Yeah.
I have a little mix. No. Little Indian.
We look white, but we African Americans.
We always say that.
I got Indian.
I do have Indian.
Yeah, I know my grandmother.
These eyes came from somewhere, okay? But no, but the reality is the multiple streams of income in the African American community, it's not a thing. Like it's becoming a thing.
That's why I said we're woke now because it's
becoming a thing.
But as we grow up, though, when we were growing up, I know when I was growing up, we're different ages. But when I was growing up, it was like when you got paid, what do? Do you save or do you go buy the most expensive shoes you can?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we was a product of our environment.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Okay. So all right, I'm about to tell y'all.
Okay.
So that wasn't me. I always had multiple streams of income.
Okay.
Because my mother worked in a hotel.
Okay.
And the owner of the hotel, it was Indian.
Okay.
And she worked around a lot of Caucasian people.
Okay.
And I spent a lot of time there around them.
Okay.
So there was I always had something. I don't care if I made hair bows or I did business cards for people. And then I worked at Sears. And then, I always dabble. I always had an entrepreneur mindset.
Love it.
I was raised by my grandparents.
Okay.
And my grandparents didn't finish high school, or they was around that era to where they had to help out. Mm-hmm. I always seen them work hard though. My grandparents are the grandparents till this day that if I say, hey mom, I'm going to the store, don't take nothing. I'm like, what? Mama, I'm grown.
Yeah.
Like, but that's the same talk, like, I never taken anything before, but, or if you go to somebody's house, don't warm out your welcome. Like, clean up behind yourself. Like, Mom, I'm a grown man. Like, but that's just, they did what they knew to get by. Like, my mom to this day would not pay anything online or over the phone. She would go up to the building, take the check in, and she's like, that way I know they got paid. That's my grandparents. They're stuck in their ways, right? Mm-hmm. But I understood why, because that's all they knew, and this is what got them there. But I say that to say is I only seen them work hard, and I knew my grandfather didn't know how to use a debit card or how to do different things. Like, just like when they saved, so whenever we had something going on, it was like, okay, well, we'll take it out to save. They did, they did do that. I did see them work hard. So when I grew up, I'm like, okay, all I gotta do is work hard, save my money. Mm-hmm. And then, but I wasn't good at saving. So I was 17, 18, like, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna blow my money, going out to eat every day. Matter of fact, I was visiting Maryland with my aunt. And when I moved up to, she was like, hey, you should come up. And so I moved up there. And my aunt would always tell me, save your money. You never know because when you get sick, bills still come. Yeah, I wouldn't listen. I was 18, 19, wasn't listening. I didn't get it until my great grandmother died. And the reason, because I didn't have no money to get back home or get home to here to the funeral.
Oh, wow.
You grown.
I'm grown. I'm think I'm grown, but your grown ass ain't got enough money to go see your great grandma, go see Big Mama funeral.
Right.
Then for you have to like, hey man, can I borrow some money? And that feeling sucked. Like it was like that, like, like you ain't shit.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was like,
that was your turning moment.
That was one of my. Then I had my daughter Sky. That was the turning moment to where it was like, yo, you ain't shit. You ain't got no mom go see your grandpa though. Like that's when it was like, you never know what's gonna happen.
You never know what's.
And so I've been living by this motto of prepare for the worst, pray for the best, prepare for the worst.
Yeah.
I will always say save enough money for bail. Not saying jail, but to just bail you out.
Yeah.
Because Jay-Z would say it like when Jay-Z said, yeah, copper chains is cool, but also money for lawyer fees, having enough money for lawyer fees. Like, do I need money for chains or I need money for lawyer fees? Because you never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen. Like, that is
so that's when I was like, I ain't shit.
That and keeping insurance in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Insurance for everything.
Yeah.
Insurance for everything.
So I think it's definitely important. I think now some of us are finally seeing what you said also about our upbringing, our knowledge. Like you said, your mom taught you, and then just being around.
I think again it's being around. So that's what I was around. I was around that, and then from there I worked for a lot of mom and pop type businesses, and they were Caucasian people that owned these businesses, but they brought me in like.
Told you everything.
Showed me everything. And then when I got ready to open my boutique, they were there to say, listen, give her a chance because we got her back. But I'm going to say this as well, though. Sometimes you can have your hand in too many places.
I can agree.
And you're getting pennies on the dollar from all these different places. And then you could have put a lot of energy in just a few things and really got a big bang for your buck. Because
sometimes something does have to take a back seat. Like especially when I was learning videography. Like, okay, I got to practice on this. Photos is cool, but I can't keep shooting photos and still make time to practice on videography.
Yeah.
Right? So some things does, but we talk about the streams of income because you can sometimes just want to have that quality of the time, the customer service, and you like, you always busy. Like, I ain't got time to answer all these people.
Yeah.
So now your business is getting bad named and
it made me think about that because I have a person in class and that's what she was saying, is that I have all of these businesses, you know, I have this, I have that, I have this, I have that. And it's like
It's too much.
nothing is really giving her the financial freedom that she's looking for.
Unless,
you know,
if you're going to do those types of businesses, have someone in place that can assist you with running them.
Absolutely. You
Because
either
I do believe in that.
Have somebody in place.
Okay.
And a lot of times it also helps if it's the same industry, right? I mean, I remember, gosh, I always had a million things going on all the time. And then people would, I remember the coffee thing where the pyramid thing.
Oh, yeah.
So the coffee thing.
Don't tell it to the person that's selling it, because I'm not in a pyramid. Yes,
right,
you are.
Right. Network marketing.
Yeah.
Okay.
They would get so mad because Queen tried to do it. Well, it wasn't coffee. It was something else. It was like you put
but
in
you got
200.
Mary Kay. You got
it was like, I was
the
like, this is a pyramid scheme.
You got
no, it's not, because then you at the top, when you get your money, I was like,
yeah. Well, I mean, there is, there is network marketing, that what they call it now. And, you know, there are people that have been successful at it, right? But again, if you are selling Mary Kay and then you're over here doing this and you're over here doing that.
Avon and selling real estate.
I'm
working at Walmart and Costco, and it's a lot.
Sometimes just depends. Like you said, if you are in a financial position to start the business and then get in a position to have someone run it, and then you move to the next thing. And then you have
a partner with someone who is really good in that type of business.
Sometimes just starting though, just taking the first step, because it could be, you saw how Amazon, he was in the office and now look.
In a garage.
Now he on everybody's beach and yacht
so,
with a new person.
You see what I'm saying?
And he's in everybody's house.
Yeah.
Literally listening. Ooh.
So
end of story.
Living room and in my bedroom. Jesus Christ.
I do Siri. I can't do Amazon.
Oh, you have the Siri speaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you order from Amazon?
I do.
All day.
And I'm an Amazon affiliate too. So it's you know what I'm saying? Like, you create your store where you sell your, like, hey, this is stuff I use for photography.
Siri syncs to the phone type thing? Or?
Siri syncs to the phone. But see, I'm still a person. I'm kind of like traditional. Like, I don't have her unlock the door. I won't do any of that. Like, lights is cool. I'm cool with lights. I like the Amazon. I'm pro Apple.
My husband, when I walk in my room, I'm like, Alexa, could you turn Ebony's lamp on? Alexa, could you turn the kitchen light off? Like, my husband we don't touch the sink. The sink is touchless. You just, I mean, everything is like smart all over.
Wow. That was it started with,
except for our door, we don't have. Because I was like, no.
Now we had a Ring doorbell, but we don't have the unlock. Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't trust it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, Amazon got the thing where they can let your garage up too.
Yeah, I saw that. Which is, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Because it started. You know why it started, and this gonna sound so lazy. Because me and Quita were like, hey, go upstairs, change the air. Like, we didn't have a thermostat
to where... That's not a good use of your time.
Yeah. We didn't have the thermostat where it connects to your phone to change it. And then it's like when Apple HomeKit was like, oh, yeah, we good now. Like, oh, you cold? Bet. And then they have these little sensors you set around the house to where if it don't detect any motion, then, okay, well, we don't need the air anymore. So technology has definitely hindered us in a way and helped a little bit. It's made us a little dumber in some aspects. But and lazy. So
but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
We all have to adapt to it, or else you're gonna get left behind.
Which is true.
Whoop.
Yes.
There goes that time again.
So, but I'll tell you one thing with the multiple streams of income, because you could be in the right place at the right time. Like, we're even working with you guys, networking. Somebody come talk to you, like, and then next thing you know, you have a different venture, to something else. And that way.
That's what we would like.
So
that's what we're trying to do.
We really want to be known for one of the leading real estate photography companies in the greater Houston area.
And y'all would.
They don't just give basic HDR photos.
And y'all would. If you just keep innovating on what can we do different than everybody else.
I love it.
You see what I'm saying? And then you capitalize on that shit.
We will capitalize.
I love it. You hear it?
All of it.
So
coming for the win. If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
All right. Well, this is Selling Houston P.O.V. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit that little bell at the top so you can be reminded when our videos hit on YouTube. But other than that, you guys have a great day.
Have a great day.